Now, from 6 Sports, this is Sports Overtime. Brought to you by Meyer and by the Michigan Lottery.
Welcome to another edition of Sunday Sports Overtime. Although, according to my watch, it's Monday now. Either way, thanks for staying up with us. I'm Kevin Gale. Tonight, we'll check in with the Tigers after a heartbreaking loss in Oakland, and we'll see what happens when our own Fred Heumann coaches a hockey team. Here's a hint: people start fighting. But first up tonight, the Lions play in Green Bay without their best receiver. Detroit winless at Lambeau since 1991, and Lions head coach Jim Schwartz can only daydream about Calvin Johnson, who's a late scratch with a sore knee. Lions offense struggling without Megatron at receiver. Their only score in the first half, this 53-yard bomb from David Akers. He actually tied the NFL record with a 63-yarder in Green Bay last year. Packers up 6-3 at half, and then they just run away after the break. There's Randall Cobb. He's fast. Not that fast, though. We sped up the video. That sets up another field goal. Exciting stuff, huh? Later, another Packer runs fast. Aaron Rodgers hits James Jones in stride. Again, let's hurry this up. Touchdown Packers, but no, this dance is not sped up. He actually moves like that, seriously. I wish we had more Lions highlights to show you, but they just didn't do much on offense or defense for that matter. I do have this, however. Jones thinks he scored another touchdown, tries to do that cliched Lambeau leap. Haven't we seen that enough? Ah, yes, finally gets it on the second try, but the touchdown wiped away. He stepped out of bounds. Packers settle for a field goal, then game out of hand in the fourth. Stafford does find one of his few healthy receivers, Chris Durham. The losing streak in Green Bay continues after this defeat, 22-9, but Detroit is still tied with the Bears atop the NFC North, and Stafford hopes Calvin Johnson is healthy again soon.
Ogletree got here 2 days ago and was catching balls and trying to make plays. So it was a tough situation we were in. Our guys responded well. We didn't make enough plays. It's frustrating losing a game. Doesn't matter to who it is, where it is, anything about that. Anytime you lose a game, it's disappointing. But we got a tough group in there. Guys are going to work hard. We're going to bounce back. We're going to be fine. Get some guys back from injury and be ready to play.
For the second straight year, the Tigers will host an ALDS playoff game at lunchtime. That's bad news for Tiger ticket holders who also have jobs. Expect a lot of people playing hooky on Monday in Detroit. First pitch at 1:07. Anibal Sanchez on the mound for Detroit, and he's hoping Tiger hitters find some offense pronto. Last night, a brilliant Justin Verlander outing goes to waste. 7 innings, 4 hits, 11 strikeouts for JV. He owns the A's in the playoffs. Just see games 1 and 5 in last year's ALDS. But JV matched tit for tat by A's rookie Sonny Gray. 8 innings, 4 hits, and 9 strikeouts. We're scoreless into the 9th. That's when Yoenis Cespedes rips a single past an injured Miguel Cabrera at third. Then Seth Smith beats Prince Fielder on the right side. Al Albuquerque walks the bases loaded. Then Rick Porcello comes in to face the catcher, Stephen Vogt, with the bases loaded. And he makes him pay. Walk-off single, 1-0 the final. Tigers failed to get anything going on offense. 17 straight innings now without a run. And there's only one way to celebrate. A little walk-off pie and then a splash of Gatorade. Oh, that feels oh so good if you're an A's fan. Not so good if you're David Aldridge, the reporter over there. See, TV can be dangerous. Leland amazed by Sonny Gray's night on the mound.
Well, tonight, I got to give Gray a lot of credit. He was everything as advertised, good live fastball. He was terrific. I got to give him a lot of credit. We're not swinging the bats maybe the way we're capable, but you can't take anything away from that performance tonight. He was tremendous. So, we'll go home and hopefully get the bats going a little bit.
After all the speculation and mild panic in Spartan Nation, I think it's finally safe to say there's a true starter at quarterback. His name, Connor Cook. Despite his late-game benching at Notre Dame, the sophomore studied up in the bye week and bounced back for his best performance yet. Saturday at Iowa, Spartans opening the Big Ten campaign, and early on, the offense, stalling again. 4th and short, no dice for Jeremy Langford. Ball goes over to the Hawkeyes, but the Spartan defense keeps handing the ball back over to Cook, and he finally gets comfy in the second. Critical 3rd down conversion here by Benny Fowler, and that kick starts the offense. Moments later, Cook finds McGarrett Kings for a 46-yard score. This is the first Spartan play of more than 40 yards all season. The last team in the country to get a 40-yard play. My goodness, 3rd quarter. Cook hooks up with Fowler, this time for a touchdown. He throws a pick, but also completes 25 passes for 277 yards. Critical win for MSU, 26-14, and Cook learns all about himself.
I feel like it was just confidence and belief. I had belief in myself. I think our receivers believed in themselves. You know, I trusted the offensive line. I trusted our running backs. They did a great job protecting me all game. And, you know, we should have scored more points, more touchdowns in the red zone. You know, but we're growing as an offense, and we're getting better each and every week. You know, it's great, especially having a defense that we have that, you know, holding Iowa, you know, who's a great football team, to only 30 yards rushing. You know, we're very fortunate to have a defense like that where you can rely on them.
Cook and the Spartans may find themselves in a shootout when the high-powered Indiana offense comes calling next Saturday. Kickoff in Spartan Stadium set for high noon. Also in the news today, former MSU offensive coordinator Don Treadwell fired as head coach at Miami, Ohio. His team was 0-5 in his third season at the helm. Treadwell is also the father of Spartan offensive lineman Blake Treadwell. All right, stick around because coming up, Devin Gardner finds a way to protect the football finally, and he gets plenty of rest for his arm. We'll let the Wolverine explain up next. But how do you explain this? Our own Fred Heumann and Sherry Jones take over a hockey team, and then all hell breaks loose. Come on, Fred, get your kids in line. Don't miss the hijinks and the fedora when Sports Overtime continues. Welcome back. Michigan football is climbing the polls again. Following two unimpressive wins against bottom feeders, Michigan rolled over Minnesota, and the voters took notice. The Wolverines up one spot this week in both the coaches and AP polls. They're ranked number 16 and 18, respectively. Here's how it happened. Battle for the Little Brown Jug on Saturday at the Big House. Wolverines take an early Gopher turnover and turn that into a touchdown. Fitz Toussaint. It's French, okay? Wolverines don't throw a single. That sounded more like Borat, I'm sorry. Wolverines don't throw a single pass in the first quarter, but in the second, Devin Gardner lets it fly. Devin Funchess the target there. 14-7 Michigan at the break. Gardner, a turnover machine in recent weeks, protects the ball pretty well in this one. No hiccups, no turnovers. He tallies 2 scores and completes 13 of 17 passes for 235 yards. Michigan now 5-0 this season, and Brady Hoke is making no secret about his offensive game plan in the Big Ten season.
We wanted to run the ball, and we wanted to, you know, send that message, and I thought we did a pretty good job of it. And, you know, the threat was there consistently throughout the game.
We didn't turn the ball over, so when you don't turn the ball over, that's always a good day. It's an even better day when in the first drive I didn't even move my arm forward in the throwing motion. You know, we're down and scored, fight over the throwing, and we responded. You know, I feel like that's the best I can describe it.
Not bad, Devin. Well, Tom Anastas learned a hard lesson on Saturday night. Never trust a bunch of TV people to manage your hockey team. That seems pretty obvious, but the Michigan State head coach invited our staff to help out at the Spartan preseason scrimmage. And needless to say, things didn't go so well. Is that Fred Heumann or Vince Lombardi? Everybody knows great coaches wear fedoras, right? Well, Audrey Dahlgren and Sherry Jones in charge of the bench while Fred gives the pregame pep talk. And Fred, your teammates are fighting each other, buddy. Brent Darnell and Ryan Keller get into a scrap. Where's the discipline? That does get Keller fired up. Too bad he's on the green team and Fred is coaching the white team. Green wins the game 2-0. And why not have a shootout too? Unfortunately, yeah, Fred's team loses that too. Rhett Holland scores for Green. A pair of defeats for the 6 sports coaching staff and the white team. But hey, like any great coach, Fred Heumann blames his players for the loss.
And you know in coaching that the better team doesn't always win the games, right?
That's what you've been saying, Fred. Yeah, absolutely.
How do you think we looked the part out there?
You looked good. You know, the hat, that was a nice touch. I saw your wife kind of hand it to you before the game. And you look good on the bench,
Like punch him like look.
Yeah, the punch him like look went well. I liked it.
On behalf of Fred Heumann's Fedora, I'm Kevin Gale reminding you that 6 Sports is always on and always free at WLNS.com. Have a great night.